Before we started working together, how would you describe your business day to day?
It was a little bit ad hoc, to put it mildly, and in a state of lack, actually, I would say. While I knew that there was a possibility of growth, it was in a state of lack because I didn't really have systems, and it was small, just groups that I knew I was doing really well with, but I didn't really know how to promote them. I didn't really know how to talk about them. All I knew is that there was an energy of it working. Um, but beyond that, I felt really stuck.
And what were you actually like unsure or hesitant about before we started working together?
Oh, everything. Mainly, do you know what? Whenever anyone asks me about what do I get from having a business coach, one of the things that I love about working with you is the structure that you're able to give me. Because while I needed, and you also provide this, but while in the earlier days of my business, I needed the ego to step aside, or not even to step aside, but actually to grow and to know my worth of value to accept payment. While I had started growing that, I didn't know how to communicate that into a social media post, or when to post, or how to put that topic into a post that's relevant to my clients. And so I had built enough of a energy around the frequency of my product, of my service, but I didn't know how to translate that energy of worthiness into a viable business. And that's where I love working with you, because now what I feel is able to be translated into a consumable service.
Beautiful. That's great. Okay, so what was the first change you noticed once we started working together?
Direction. Clarity with direction, and having someone to talk to. That's been the most vital part for me, is because you can talk to your girlfriends that are in business, but they're not your business coach. So they're going to have opinions, but they'll have opinions on their business. And your partner, God help him, God love him. He's very supportive, but he's useless. Like so having someone to like riff with, and like hear an idea that I have, and hear a point of that idea that can actually be expanded on. Like there's an ember within the idea of like, yes, that's the thing, and having that to riff back and forth with, that's invaluable for me, and that's why I stick with the one-on-one with you, and I will always find you.
I always find you. I love that. So, what systems, structures, or ways of thinking do you think have made the biggest difference for you?
I mean, the back end things that I'm just about to put into place. And I'm a really amazing space holder. My tech isn't as reflective of that. So I had already had Tyson help me and set up all of the back end of everything. But the systems of just simple things, like it was all in my head, getting it into the SOPs, getting ideas, setting up the folders, like just simple things, the structure that makes a really huge difference. If instead of having everything in my head, like being able to actually have it into a space and a structure, that makes a huge difference.
Love that. What has changed in terms of income, clients, and consistency?
Oh, it's night and day. I think, uh, is it like the first month I hired you, I only had enough money to pay for the first month. And then I just took a leap of faith, which I don't always recommend to everyone. But I knew, when you know that you know that you know that you know, I knew that I knew that I knew that I knew. I think from like the $600 that I made the first month, I'm now like 10 times that per month.
Amazing. So 10x income.
Yeah. And that's been consistent as well. It's even been consistent when I was sick for 2 solid months and
Mm.
couldn't technically work. I still had income coming in.
That's amazing.
It's pretty freaking cool.
Uh-huh. So, what would you say to someone who's where you were before we started working together?
One, decide. Draw the line in the sand and decide, are you all in or are you all out? Is this a hobby or is this actually what you want to do? And when you make that decision, then make the investment.
Mm.
That's it.
Beautiful. Okay, why do you think that this work is specifically so powerful for you?
Because one, because I am a mum, I've got a million freaking things on my mind. Like trying to add structure of business into place. If I don't do it without support, it can't, it's not that it can't happen, but it's going to be even harder to make it happen. Making it happen with a framework and a support network, it's like, you know, raising children with no support. It's so much easier when you have the support in place. And
Mm.
that's why this is so vital for me. Because also, I don't even understand social media half the time. Okay. I'm like well into my 40s. TikTok is just like, no. And it all changes all the time. And I can't make head nor tail of it. And you do for me.
Love it. If you had to describe working together in one sentence, what would you say?
It's just really fun. It's just really cool.
I love that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
business is
don't know.
supposed to be fun.
Yeah, it does. It makes it fun. Like I love chatting with you. I love that I can relate with you. I love that you understand my business. I love that I can trust you.
Mm.
Um, yeah. And it's just fun.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
love making money.
yeah, we do.
Yeah, like I love what I do. Like don't get me wrong, I love what I do and I lead with everything with my heart, but I freaking love making money.
Like that kind of tangible.
Yeah. Well, I went from having occasional community groups that were trying to do monthly, but I was also offering 50% off regularly to friends just to fill up their space. And showing up for even just one client, which I would still do, by the way. But I've gone from that to building authority within the space, working with two rehabs now, not just the one, aligned with brands that I want to be aligned with, and also, yeah, clearing like
Amazing. 10x.
pretty huge difference. It's probably even more than 10x because last month, my biggest month.
What do you think would have happened if you hadn't have made the decision?
Uh, nothing. Yeah. I'd probably still be just holding the occasional group and trying to work out how to use Instagram properly to make it profitable. That'd
Look
be
at you
about
now.
it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And any final words or anything you want to say?
Yeah. I guess if you know, you know, and you know. So draw a line in the sand and make a decision. That's about it. Trust it. Trust it. Yeah, I guess it's like how much do you trust in yourself, believe in yourself? Because you'll hold the space of the belief, but you've got to believe in yourself as well.
Mm.
Otherwise, it doesn't make a difference.
Awesome.
Mm.
Thank you. Appreciate it.